Just wanted to make this video super short. Basically, it just covers the smoothie that I take pretty much every single day, either numerous times a day as well. That really helps out with the training as far as the protein intake, the carb intake, the fat intake, and the veggies. But this is just a good smoothie, just a kind of a baseline that you can use for all the smoothies if you're trying to gain weight, especially, if you're going through EoE, for example, like I did. If you want to add in a little more stuff, there's always lots of different things that you can add to kind of boost that calorie intake, boost, the amount of carbs or proteins. So for example, I use a protein isolate in my shakes. You can use one that's really heavy in carbs as well. That would just increase the over amount calories and then as well as the carb intake and whatever that may be, right? So one of the proteins that I actually used was Iron Vegan, and the reason I used obviously a vegan one is because I wasn't sure what allergies I was reacting to, and so that's why I used Iron Vegan, and it seemed to work out super well, and it's got really high calories, really high carb loads, and the carbs they seem like they're pretty good carbs as far as I believe they use a lot of like sweet potatoes and stuff like that for their carbohydrates rather than some of these other brands that use a lot of empty carbohydrates that are just really not good, and they're filled with sugar to kind of get that calorie intake up. So it's also very low sugar. So starting off here with this shake, I start off with, I've got my NutriBullet. I think that is by far the best blender that's out there. I use it till it broke, and then now I'm on my second one here, but it definitely lasted quite a while. So I start off with just adding my oats in, and then I add a bit of water there just to kind of soften them up as I'm going throughout everything else in the process. So it blends it a lot better. And so after I, enter in the oats, I usually have about, I think it's 2/3 of a cup here, with a bit of water just overfilling it. And then after that, I'm going to add in some berries. So obviously this is subject to whatever you find tastes good. I like to use kind of a mix of strawberries and raspberries. That's just my personal favorite. And next up after that, I throw in a banana, and that's usually frozen banana. Again, everything is kind of pre-prepped. So, I usually have a full banana, but then I'll, just break it into half just because it fits better. Bananas usually kind of running you around. I believe it's, 23 grams of carbs, about 90 calories for a whole banana. So that's kind of to help you out with your, macro intake, for example. The next thing that I do there is I actually add in some frozen spinach, and so I find this is really good. You just go into the grocery market, buy those blocks of frozen spinach, whatever kind that you want, and then I usually just cut them up into little cubes, throw them in a Ziploc container like you see here, and then and so it's just super easy for your shakes. You get a lot of, especially with spinach, your iron, magnesium, potassium, right? So a lot of really good stuff in that veggie, for example. Next up, this is optional. You can add in peanut butter. I usually, if I want to kind of up in the fat intake and the, some protein and just kind of up the overall calories, I'll definitely throw in a tablespoon of peanut butter, and that runs you around 90 calories in itself with that. So you can add as much as little as you want. I'll definitely come out with some future videos of different smoothie recipes that really help as well. Next up, I have flax oil. So this one's really good. Again, getting your fat intake, getting the oils up, just add in a little dollop of that. And that usually runs you around even 80 calories because it's pretty high in calories as well. The next thing I do here is I add in the protein powder. So right now I'm currently using Vega. So Vega for my protein, a Vega Sport actually. And and this is really good. It's got really low carbs on it because I don't need, a crazy amount of carbs. I get that from a lot of different sources throughout the day now. But it also has, I believe, 30 grams of protein for that. And it's mostly pea protein, which again, you honestly can buy that from like a bulk store, but I'll get maybe to a video another time. And the last kind of two things that I add in it is just a splash of apple juice here. You can add in whatever you want, but the main thing that you guys, if you're kind of new to the smoothie making game, and honestly it sounds stupid, but if you want it to be, you know, a lot smoother and less thick, you add more water, right? If you're adding milk and all those creamier, you know, almond milk or something like that, it's going to make it thicker. So basically, water is your friend. Add as much water as you can in there, and it'll be a lot more smooth. So overall, the shake here runs you around 740 calories, give or take, you know. Again, you can add in a lot of different things if you want to, but this is the shake that I use pretty much twice a day, I would say. And yeah, and it's a great source of protein, carbs, fats, and veggies. And it's something that's super quick and easy. And I try to have it, you know, between and after workouts whenever I can. So again, I'll make some more videos next time about you know, some different shakes and some, you know, different things that I do on a day-to-day basis. But again, if you guys are interested, you know, my massive subscriber count, if you guys are interested in something to do with training or working out or eating, just let me know and I'd be happy to make it. So don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and if you like what you see, I'm going to be trying to produce some more videos later on in the future. So anyways, thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you next time.